Good morning, this is Axelle from the Metamorphic Way. I did film today's video, and then what happened? I look back at it. And I live with my hair for quite a few years now. But even myself got terrified. And I thought, maybe there's some children watching with their parents the video. And we do not want that. There's enough thing going on in the world as we speak. We cannot have more trauma going on. So if you see this, it's actually pretty good compared to where I was. But when you live with a hair, you don't see it anymore. You know, it's like you become transparent, like an old couple. You know, you become transparent to each other. It's not transparent, my hair. Let's get that straight. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, let's do another video then. You see, let's not traumatize people anymore. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna do 6 cards. Oops, and we're gonna do like I did yesterday for my readings, because I had people to read for, and that was really nice because I keep covering cards that the one that needs to be covered. Obviously, some of them they don't need to be covered. It's just like very straight to the point, but a couple needed to be covered, and it said, oh my god, so much information, a lot of information, a lot of backstory, which was really interesting. And then you can see really tarot is just not like for nothing. There's just something that you need to hear, something you need to see, and of course I take it very gently. It's like an entertainment more than anything. We know now it's more like a way to give you a little bit of a smile, to take your mind away from things, and maybe to make you think, maybe give a little bit of a daily motivation, or to a new way of seeing a situation, which can be a bit problematic as we speak, as we know anyway. Okay, one more card, and then we will have the 6 plus the bottom of the deck, as we know now, and then we will cover what needs to be covered. There's quite a few interesting cards, I have to say, and of course the last one doesn't want to come out, which is wonderful. We're going to spend Christmas over this, as always. Oh, here we go. Right. Interesting. Right. Ooh, a lot of ones. Okay. Okay, let's not be scared by the first card. The devil. Devil, some people are a bit scared of this card because it is very often a connection to a very strong connection, and almost like an obsession toward somebody. Generally is about somebody. It's like a hook. It's like somebody you cannot shake off your system. It is someone that is coming back around in the back of your head, or just like you can spend time and time without thinking about that person, and suddenly boom, and it's heavy. It's like almost you knew that person from a previous life, if you believe in that kind of things. I'm not sure I do, but you know, there's an attachment there, and the devil is actually clearing that attachment. It's clearing that hook. They're pretty as you can see, naked, and they're also attached to each other, and it's not very healthy. This attachment is definitely not moving forward, so it has to go. So obviously this is what's happening, and there's a little bit of an idea of yeah, bravo, victory, we managed that, which is great. Okay, but let's not shout too quickly. You never know, because yes, it takes a lot of courage and resilience to cut off that hooked, that connection. It does take, it's true. And then we get to actually the core of who we are. We show a true color. We actually you know, not you know, you who you are is what you see, and it's no, you know, not trying to pretend, because of that experience. And very often the devil is really heavy. It's not something it's light and fun. It's also can be a sexual attachment, and is really as an obsession, really. So it can be difficult to get away from it. However, you're going to manage that somehow, and you're going to be who you really are, showing your true color, or maybe just talking about what's going on to someone or to that person with whom you have this attachment, and be really frank. Okay, this is what's happening. We know maybe that kind of connection is kind of unhealthy or impossible or both, and let's try to break it down, right? And then we have a two of one, which is a moment of contemplation, and you just reassess maybe the situation. You are aware what is left to do. You still have a lot of work to do. You really are number two, you're not even halfway, but you know, you're aware, at least, you know, you're not under that energy of the hook. You're now aware what needs to happen. And yeah, Knight of Wands is definitely very strong energy, a little bit kind of all over the place, yes, but very willing to make some changes. So let's see, let's cover, because under the deck we have the Page of Wands, which I don't particularly trust, because it is someone who doesn't show his face. Let's see, I think you know by now I don't particularly like that page. Yeah, you say that every day, Axelle, we know. Okay, let's cover. Okay, the Devils is covered by the Ace of Swords, which gives me a lot of hope. It does say, you know, as on the teen, after battling that obsession, battling that troubled time, you having a new start, a fresh beginning, and it's, I think, with a new person, or it's definitely something totally new, totally different. You cannot carry on going in circle like you were with that devil energy, with that obsession. It's over. So I'm very pleased and relieved, because to be in that devil energy, that's probably why people feel a little bit worried about that card. But personally, depends what's for, and you can be under the influence of somebody, true, but you're there for a reason. You accept to be under that energy of obsession. You accept to be hooked. What is that? What does that mean? Why are you putting yourself in that position? First, because maybe you have a lot of pleasure out of that situation, in a sense of, if it's a sexual kind of connection and it's very powerful, it's very passionate, and yeah, you have a lot of pleasure out of it. Why not? Enjoy. And then French can I be? But then if you start to be destructive, then it's your responsibility. So why are you maintaining that relationship? It's your decision to cut it off. And obviously you manage, because there's a new start, fresh start, and that is beautiful. Covering the Five of Swords, which is, you know, a little bit of victory. There's still a little bit of melancholy. So I guess it's, you know, cutting off that obsession. It's not going to be that, you know, like overnight. It might be a little bit of residue still stagnating there, but that's okay. I mean, you did the man work, so you know, you should be proud of yourself, definitely. And then we have, yeah, maybe people might talk. Maybe people knew about what was happening, and maybe you're afraid of what people say. You want to keep the appearance a certain way. Okay, fair enough. But it's the end of that unhealthy obsession. So I'm very, very pleased. This is a 10 of Swords. This is the end of that's it. I mean, you have an ace and you have a 10. That's it. I mean, this story is over. It's maybe that period of confinement allow you to rethink the whole thing, and maybe you were not able to meet freely as you were used to. So maybe that open your eyes and open your mind at the same time. When it comes to the Seven of Wands, we have as well the King of Wands, which is very sure of himself, very confident. He made it. He knows. It doesn't have to be a he, right? But maybe there's someone coming into your life who's going to recognize your courage, your strength, because it takes a lot of courage to cut off an obsession. Or I'm almost tempted to say an addiction. Because quite often the devil can be an addiction, so it doesn't have to be to somebody. It can be a codependency, it's true. It can be a sexual codependency, but it can also be a dependency to work. It can be a codependency to some substances, and maybe the fact that you cannot work as much as you used to because you can't get to work. Then suddenly, yes, you're gonna have to really cut it and be very direct with yourself, very true to yourself, which is very powerful. So yeah, the King of Wands, it made it, and then we have the Sun, which is the best card. That is obviously you shine in your light. People see you. They see you as your true colors. As also they can maybe see the inner child coming out. That inner child that was really hidden because you didn't feel safe to come out. Now we can see your true colors, and that is remarkable. Then we have, yeah, the Star. It's covered by the Three of Swords, which is a little bit strange. Maybe she show her true color. She doesn't try to hide anymore, and she maybe recover from that heartache, that pain. Maybe she managed to revisit that period of time in her life, and that what give her that strength to be truly who she is. So I think it's very positive in that way. And Two of Wands covered by the Page of Pentacles. So yes, it's a period of contemplation and appreciating, okay, what has been done and also what needs to be done. And we decide to plant a little seed and nourish that plant, that seed, sorry, and to, you know, nourish and to let it grow and make things happen in that way. And then we have the Knight of Wands covered by the Three of Wands. So I have the feeling that yes, you're gonna appreciate the fruit of your labor very quickly. It's gonna happen. It's not the B, it's on number 3, it's not number 10, so it's not like top success. However, you can see the fruit of your labor and your effort. You can already see the signs of appreciation around you, or people something changed about you. What's happening? You have a different energy, something that is just like you know, blossoming. What's cooking? What's going on? So people are gonna feel that. It's not yet the massive success. Yes, maybe we can be a bit impatient when we decide to change certain thing in our life. We want to have maybe the recognition, but not just because we want to be seen. It's also to make sure that we're in the right direction, particularly when we come out of such a heavy energy from the devil, when we were totally you know, with no strength to fight. We were completely on the floor, really, but we made it happen. So that's really wonderful. So yes, make sure that you rest well, because you're going through a lot of changes. You came out triumphant from something that was really painful, but make sure that you continue with the healing, and make sure that you rest well, just to digest it all, because there's a lot to take on. So yes, make sure you do that. And then you have, you know, you carry on the direction you decided to go, because it's the right one. You really make a massive improvement. And yes, you carry on with your courage and your strengths, because you do have a lot and you're very resilient. And then that's it. What can I say? The world. It's not the first time that I come out this week, I believe. So yeah, you're on top of the world. You are part of this world. You're very now proactive, but in a very conscious way, if I may say so. You're not in your world that will completely confine you. In a real world now, you're part of the community, and you're working together with the community to make it a better place. So wonderful. That's a great reading. Again, I'm not trying to make the card positive, but it seems like we have a lot of positivity, even though we're in a difficult time, we're in confinement. But there's still a lot of positivity to pick up on, and let's choose to be positive and thrive within that period of time, which is challenging for many, dramatic for some, and we are all together on this one, and we are sending a lots of love to everyone who needs, and to you, and I see you tomorrow with a bit more giggle and positivity. Have a beautiful day. Ciao.